Inevitably, most good things must come to an end at some point, and for me, one of those points has certainly arrived. Behind me, I have over 200 fragrances, even more on the ground, and even more just off camera, just to the side. I'll show you guys that in a second, but it's time to pack it all up. Now, one thing you might not know about me is that I used to be a quote-unquote professional mover, and I have a lot of experience actually packing out entire houses, but I've never packed so many fragrances, perfumes, all the sort. So I'm gonna show you the kind of approach that I'm gonna take in order to make sure that they get from destination A to B safely. So first things first, some of you guys asked me if I keep the boxes for fragrances that I receive, and the answer is I do sometimes, right? For example, the Game of Spades boxes, I really like how these look, so I actually keep a majority of them because I kind of like them. Now, if it's a Rayhan Valhalla box, right, the super simple cardboard one, probably not, it's gonna go in the trash. But in this case, I knew I was going to move soon, so I went ahead and kept it. Fairly easy, safe way to protect a lot of your fragrances, especially in these nice, harder boxes like the Game of Spades ones. But I don't make a practice of doing this too much unless I like the box or I really need it. Now, solution 2 is for when you order fragrances from places like Beauty House, Venba, whatever. If they have really good packaging and you know but you're about to leave soon, you can go ahead and retain some of that. I like to use some of these to just pad out the bottom. And then I got some of my own bubble wrap to wrap them up individually so they don't have any impact or movement, and they can sit in the box tightly. So examples for this one, I pulled the Louis V's from the shelf. These are gonna be the first that are going to get packaged. You can do a double wrap or a single wrap, whatever makes you feel more comfortable. For this, I'm probably gonna do a double because I have to get through quite a bit, and then I'll let you know my final strategy with all of this to make sure that they get there safely. This is just fine for me. Then I just tape it right here where I put it all together. Not the kind of tape that I'd really like to use, but it's what was available, so it's what's going on. And this is pretty much sufficient for me. I'm not gonna be putting too much pressure on these bottles or packing them too tightly, just to make sure that they get there safely and don't get crushed. Just like that, I've got 4. Ran out of this wimpy tape, so I ended up getting something a little bit better. Here's a few more, what 9 looks like. And this is what the whole top shelf looks like. It's a lot, and I'm still about a quarter of the way through what I'm trying to get through, at least in terms of the shelf. So this is taking me a while. It's already been about 45 minutes, and I had to run out to get tape, so let's see how the rest goes. So here I've got my box from fragrances I was sent. I'm gonna go ahead and stack the first wave vertically, the next wave horizontally, and then my goal is not to fill this entire thing out because I don't want there to be too much pressure in the box or too much weight such that I make a mistake. But here we go. Probably can't see the edge here, but this is pretty much up to the top. So just gonna top it off with a bit of bubble wrap to kind of pat it out and close it like this, but this should be good. But yeah, that's pretty much it on the approach on this one. I'll update you guys as things go, but as it stands right now, it'll take way too long to post this video. But that said, let me know in the comments any advice that you have for people moving delicate objects like these. My last thing that I'm going to do is put them in the car instead of in the moving truck to make sure that I have maximum control over the kind of experience and pressure going into these and making sure that nothing really happens to them. That said, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.